Hey everyone, today I'm going to go over Heroic Halls of Origination from the tank POV. Let's get right into it. This first pack, on this server, they're really annoying. Like the mobs don't really like move. They're like rooted. So this won't be how it'll be on live. This is just kind of an annoying thing we have to deal with here. But this pack isn't super dangerous. There's like a meteor. So if you group up, that can help reduce the damage. But other than that, I mean, I was actually I was all tapped here. That's why I'm like actually taking some damage. I was all tapped like fixing something during that, but that's how little this pack matters. It's like even all tapped is fine. But you'll come up the ramp, fight the exact same pack again. Just group them up, AoE them down. Can stack up for the meteor. This guy also would not move. Normally I would bring this guy right into the boss, but he just doesn't move, so that was not a possibility, unfortunately. So this is our first boss. He's got some fire on the ground. Just move out of that. We had somebody jump off early here. So that's something you'll want to do soon, but it's a bit early for that. So we're just moving out fire. Soon he's gonna bubble. So there, he puts up this shield. He won't take damage during this, and he'll start AoEing the group. So what you have to do now on either side, you can see these like pillars. So you'll jump off, pick up all the mobs. I couldn't remember if you could cast it while you're getting hit. You can't. So basically as a tank, you're just picking up all the mobs. A DPS should click it as soon as you have all the mobs though, but nobody did, so I clicked it. You can see the poison does a bit of damage. It's not too much though, not really worth kiting or anything. But it seemed to me like they had the other side handled because that guy jumped down so early, but I think they didn't actually click it. This was like a full pug I was in. I don't know if they knew what was going on. Okay, so they did actually get it clicked. But yeah, you can so you can split. You can have like 2 DPS go here, 2 go there. That's probably the best way to do it. The healer can stay up top here too. So all they have to do is like go side to side to like be able to heal both sides. As a tank, you shouldn't really need heals though. So they can probably just stay on the DPS side and throw them some heals. But as soon as both of the levers by the pillars get clicked, his shield will go down, and then you just have to interrupt him. I thought you just had to hit him, so I didn't interrupt it right away. I totally forgot you have to actually use an interrupt. But yeah, make sure you use an interrupt as soon as you can. That'll stop the AoE. He'll do this one more time too. I think it's at 33%. You should do it again here. Yeah. So exact same deal. Run down, pick up the snakes. Hopefully the DPS jumps with you to click the lever and then kill the snakes. Range DPS also can just stay up there. Like you can see that hunter just stayed up there. So that works too. Range DPS can stay up there so they can hit both sides. But then, same deal. You just kill. At this point, you can teleport out of the dungeon and then teleport back in to go back to the start. And there's a teleport at the start that will teleport you further into the dungeon past a trash pack. It is kind of annoying to get pugs to do that though. Since I was in a group with 4 pugs, I didn't bother with that. But it would allow you to just skip this pack, but also like it just gets you further into the dungeon too. So even excluding like skipping the pack, it just saves time. It just gets you further ahead. And these guys super annoying again. They're just rooted in place, not moving at all. But that's what Death Grip is for. So this is, I think this is the area where the teleport takes you. If you do that, then you'll go over here. You can potentially skip this pack, but with pugs, a lot of times it won't happen. Just dodge these fire things. You can stack for meteor. If you have Mind Soothe from a priest, that can make it really easy to skip these packs. And then just talk to Bran, get the door open. So once you're through the door, there's going to be this huge room with like trogs everywhere, some patrolling. They have very little HP. They do a decent amount of damage though. So like be prepared for that. Like you can see take quite a bit of damage there. They will die like instantly though. So if DPS are like on top of this, you won't really take damage. But if the DPS are kind of lagging behind, not attacking them immediately, you may need to use a cooldown if you're pulling a lot of them. But there's going to be 4 elemental bosses in here. Just on this one, just dodge the tornadoes. I obviously failed to do so there. These guys die pretty quick though. You could also take these guys to go. It would be a good idea to just already be moving to the next one here. So just across from that one, we've got a fire one over here. Or, sorry, an earth one. I'm trying to remember what he even does. I can't even recall what his ability is. Yeah, I don't know. He just kind of dies. So you'll just keep moving through the room. Then up each set of stairs, there's another elemental. This one, he's going to cast a water bubble on somebody, which like pacifies them. And if the duration on it expires, they just die. So people need to kill that. On this server, there's no nameplate for it, so people always die with it. So I saw he's got the bubble on him. Kill it. It dies pretty quick. I believe I heard on beta, though, the nameplates were showing up for that, so that shouldn't really be an issue. People were dying to that. Basically, every time I got it, I would die to it, because like nobody would see a nameplate for it. But shouldn't be an issue on live, I don't think. And then here's our fire guy. Doesn't do a whole lot. He might have a meteor. Oh no, he's got this AoE. That's right. So yeah, you can see this AoE. It actually does a decent amount of damage. So could get away from that if you need to, but definitely can heal through it. Once you kill all 4 elementals, this guy's gonna spawn out of the main staircase. He'll do an AoE right at the beginning. Main ability here is gonna be Alpha Beam. It's gonna target a random player, and it will leave like a void zone on the ground. He'll just channel it, and he just constantly picks random players. So these will persist, and if you stand in them, you'll die pretty quick. So just move out of them. Typical ground effect. Then there's a debuff to cleanse. I can't actually remember what it does, but probably cleanse it. And then here you can see we've kind of lost all the area around him. So I should have at a moment to move him. I should have moved him a little bit earlier. But yeah, just move him away once there's, you know, a few void zones around him. But yeah, that's the entire fight right there. We can skip ahead. So here you have two options. If you go toward the middle of the room, that's usually the closest one. This is a teleport right here. Just click that to teleport back to kind of that central room. Then if you go into the room where the boss spawned from, there's another teleport in there, but this is the closer one. So recommend that. So at this point, you can take this elevator up to the top floor to fight the final boss, or there's actually 4 bosses up there. You can choose to just go the final boss or fight all 4 of them. But you would just have everybody on the elevator, then you'll click this little elevator control panel. For this video, I wanted to show all the bosses though. So there's one more boss. This boss is almost always skipped. It's really rare people will even do this boss, but you'll go through this hallway opposite of the hallway we just took. You'll go down this hallway, scarabs and some skeletons will spawn. The hallway will like look empty, but then they just kind of spawn on you. Just AoE them down. Then you'll come outside. There's a couple of skeletons to kill. On the side here, there's some camels. I couldn't really remember what the camels did. I thought I needed one, so I actually grabbed one here. But they're really for like ranged. Because while you're on the camel, you can like move and cast at the same time. And then there we had a little nitro boost fail, so I just popped my AMS. You can see it took like very little damage. So I got the camel, but you don't actually need to grab the camel as a tank. And then you got a really cool looking guy here. He's like a fiery Marigar guy. So it actually wouldn't let me cast anything. Like none of my abilities. Like I was trying to figure out what was going on. It was because I was on the camel. It was like not letting me do things. I don't know if it's totally accurate. Like I don't know if that's a problem with this server. That's just how it works. But in any case, you don't need the camel. It's really for casters. So he's gonna summon a bunch of ads. Just everybody should kind of group up here so you can AoE him down easy. If everybody's spread apart, just kind of annoying. There will be these like ground effects too, so need to watch out for those. Just move away. Tornado, move away from it. You just got like a cleave thing too, so space away from people, and then should be moving away from that. Apparently, we're not paying attention right now, but move away from that. Knocks you in the air, does a little bit of damage. Not the end of the world, but why get hit by it? Just move. So once you kill him, back the way you came, there's gonna be this teleporter that will take you back to the elevator. Like I said, though, almost nobody ever kills this boss, so like on launch, I'm sure some people will want to, but it's one of those bosses that's pretty much always skipped, which is kind of a bummer because he looks kind of cool. And I like the idea of, you know, you use the camels in the fight too. It's pretty cool. So once you take the elevator up, there's going to be 4 directions you can go, and each direction has a boss. This dungeon is like very backloaded with the bosses because you have to do quite a bit of like trash clearing and stuff. But once you get to the end, you go up this elevator. It's basically like 1 to 2 trash pulls and then a boss 4 times. You can also just go to the last boss if you want to. You can do these in any order. for the purposes of this video and showing you guys everything, we killed everything. So for this one, we just pulled, one side. You might even be able to skip it too if you like really hug to the wall, but they die pretty quick. So just group them up, AoE them down. Then we pull the boss over to this side to stay away from the trash we didn't kill. It's going to summon some ads and also cast Supernova. So that's one of those effects where you just have to have your character facing away when it happens. It'll be a short disorient. If you don't, it might even be a stun. I think it's a disorient though, and some damage. But that's kind of the main thing in this fight is just face away when you need to. Pick up the ads. Those ones there, that's like a mirror image like split thing. So once you kill, I think you only have to kill one of them also to make her like come back out. And I think she gets a buff as well that you gotta get rid of. Yeah, that one right there. That buff she puts on just needs to get purged. But yeah, you're just doing the same thing over and over again. Look away for Supernova. Kill the ads. Purge the boss. And you'll just go back in. Pick a different side to go down. And then gonna just pull one side again. AoE him down. I think the Life Warden has something to interrupt. I can't quite remember. This is one I almost never get on RDF. So this was the only time I ran it this go around. But you can pull the boss even before you kill all the mobs. He's gonna have some spores to kill. They drop a little ground effect. We should be moving away from that. Also that pot, I think heals him too. So like we really should be moving. Yeah, you can see he's like getting healed a little bit. So yeah, we should be moving. Just standing in that little spore cloud. So then this is the other one. This boss like runs around the room, so I just pull like all the trash, just AoE it all down. Doesn't do too much. But yeah, you'll fight him for a little bit, then he'll open up a portal. Switch to the portal when it spawns, kill the portal, and then pick up any ads that come out of it basically. You'll just kind of keep running around the room, opening up portals. Just rinse and repeat. Keep killing the portals, keep picking up the ads that come out of them. And then there, he just kind of like throws bolts at people. I don't think you can actually do anything about that. Obviously move away from the void zone, but that's pretty much it there. And then this is the final boss, Raj. So you can choose to just go to this guy immediately and then you'll be done with the dungeon. if you want to. But he's another one. He'll move to the middle of the room. So you want to kill all the trash. There's a debuff to get rid of, and then a little bit of damage here. So just be prepared. And then he's got a few things to be aware of. So the big one is Inferno Leap. So on this server, like my nameplates like don't even show up on the screen on like tall mobs like this. So I completely missed his cast here, but Inferno Leap, that needs to be interrupted. You can see it does a ton of damage to everybody. So really, really important to interrupt that. He's also got Sun Orb. You want to interrupt that as well. That'll do a lot of damage too. Then he'll run to the middle. He'll do this AoE. Just keep pumping. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire fight. Just interrupt the orb, interrupt the Inferno Leap. If you don't, it's going to be a ton of damage, and people are going to die. Avoid the fire tornadoes. Avoid the fire ground effects. That's pretty much it, though. That is the entire run right there. This one can be really, really quick or really long, depending on how many of the bosses you actually do. There's only 3 bosses you have to do. So 4 optional bosses, 7 bosses total. So good place to like get lots of loot, lots of JP. But if you're just kind of trying to get your Valor and trying to do a quick run, then can just make it like a 3 boss quick run. That's the whole thing though. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.